Aloha Meatheads, and welcome back to the channel. Been gone for about a week-ish plus with family in town, and a whole lot of fun, but now let's get back to, unfortunately, I think kind of an underperformer in the current meta. It's in the shops right now. The old JagdTiger. I used to really like this tank years ago when I bought it. I started taking it out actually before it came up for sale, just by coincidence. And I think in the current meta, it's just harder to make it perform. It used to be a real bully. The front armor is fantastic, but with the really flat sides, the super slow speed, the only thing this really has going for it is that front armor, upper plate, and the super good gun. They added a 10.5 centimeter option, which is the one you should use. It has just better DPM and suffers only marginally in comparison to the 8.8. But I just don't think this tank can hack it anymore. It's been power crept, T92E1s and things out there, guns with burst damage, just wreck this thing. So, it's very team dependent as well. If you don't have a good team or a platoon mate who can help you, you're doomed. The people will just get around you. So it used to be you could snipe at the start and then move in and pressure the mediums and just smash them. But everyone just shoots through your lower plate now. This thing needs to be buffed again, and it's just too slow. Traverse speed is not good enough to keep up with modern tanks. Anyway, blah blah blah. I would say don't buy the JagdTiger. You'll get bored. It's just too damn slow and too boring and too boxy. So I usually go and work my way up with the game classes, but we're going to start with the tier 1 so that if you're, just see this and go, that's not for me, you don't have to watch the other videos. But we'll do a tier 1, I think a couple of tier 2s. And then I will show just a miserable fail. What happens when a team does not support you? How you'll do your best, and anyone can just play with you and wreck you. So that'll be the final one, and kind of show again my major complaint with game quality: just having noobs at high tiers who can't perform and just swarm the games. So with that minor bitch fest done, let's take her out onto Castilla and check it out. So this turns into a fun little game here. The team is not so great, but I have a good teammate, Desert Rat 66, in the AMX CDC, as you can tell. I'm going to push up here to the edge of the cliff wall, or the Castilla wall, and use that to cover my lower plate a bit and help support Desert Rat. Catch this chimney, unfortunately. Should have just torn right off in a real tank, but hey. Fine. Seeing what's there, if there's anybody on the left side who's being a TD, and I notice in the southeast corner of the map there in Sector 9, we have 3 tanks coming in, and I'm telling the team to turn, that we're being approached from the rear. We just lost our lava. Not good. And so I'm going to move in, and I'm trying to get the team to help here because I just don't want to get swarmed from the rear. This tank is also so slow, there's no way I'm getting away from people. So it's better for me to point my armor towards them. And I can see them there, and I want to use, again, this rock and wall to help cover me a bit.
Say, what are you up to, boy?
Is this guy AFK? What's going on there? Desert Rat takes out the T28 Defender. This guy is not AFK. Just potatoing. Nice ghost round. I have no idea where that went. And I'm trying to get some support here. And you can see the T49 there kind of in the middle of the map. He's headed to help. Catch the rock. RNG. I mean, come on, no gun has that crazy dispersion that close, but fine.
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Trying to get either his pumpkin or hatch. Bounce. T49 comes in to help. Happy days. That's a little lag there on my replay. One of the joys of playing from Europe on the NA server.
And that's enough to get me hot. Yeah.
And I'm doing my best to support the T49, conserve his hit points. Track the IS-3. Alright, put him away.
Yeah.
Desert Rat comes in. So we're in one tank better shape, although our speedy tanks have taken a lot of damage here. And nice fire, and as you can tell, if you cross through the cap zone, you're going to set off the alarm, and I can tell where they're coming from. Got a nice bounce again. This Predator is angled up completely incorrectly. It's actually one of the hard parts about doing commentary for a tank this slow, is what can you say sometimes? Yes, I'm shooting at tanks.
My mind is going.
Looking for targets.
I can feel it.
It's really made me question whether to do replays and reviews of slow tanks.
I can't wait all day.
See, action unfolds so slowly at most times. Especially when it's not a derp gun, so the excitement tends to be pretty low. Alright, Desert Rat's up there on the hill. Dangerous position, but he's got the rocks to cover him. I'm really hoping he just stays there because we're in a situation where the more people who are alive, the greater the distraction to the red team. So that helps me quite a bit to take the heat off of me so I can go in and farm. Predator down.
Yeah.
He bought that in the last cycle, I bet. Doesn't seem like the most skilled player. He was pretty easy to shoot, even with all that armor.
And let me tell you something.
This guy wanted bad, but not quick enough.
Like a brother.
There's my fellow Yagged 8.8.
Well, listen to this. I hate you.
And you can just see the front. Boom. APCR. Probably could have 1 HP left. The traditional 1 HP left dilemma. Should have been a nice kill for me. But anyway, we won that one. That'll be a first class. Nearly 3k damage. Got 2 kills. Yeah, Desert Rat putting in the work. Thanks, buddy. So didn't even manage to get my traditional legendary damage. It's slow to get to battle. Alright, so the more I play this tank, or this TD rather, the more I'm thinking about two guys. There's Tommy Tactics, or Tommy Tactics, who you've seen me play with, him in the FV4005 and me in the Sheridan. He has a great video on using this TD to great effect. And another guy, E__1819899899 or something. And I'm going to link to their videos because they're very capable players who know how to use this much better. But hey, let's charge up here, get to the favorite bush. Slam some hurt on this guy, and why not do it again? Yeah, I'll take that kill.
Yeah.
Alright, so this Ferdinand guy, he's lined up completely wrong, like a full-on noob.
In a dangerous position.
Doesn't know how to use his armor.
Impressive.
And gets wrecked. Make a move on this Predator with his armor, also not angled up correctly. Lower plate. There we go.
Ooh, yeah.
Alright, so one of the great parts is the armor, and the other great part is the gun. And the gun will just slice right through an IS-6, which is nice for a change. Just gets rid of that troll armor effect on the Russian bias. And check out this ISU-152. Don't fire HE this close to an opponent.
This Schnitzel. I say I'm gonna smash your boy.
I'll clean it up. But yeah, man. If you HE close to an opponent, yeah, you cook yourself with a blast radius, so don't do it. He says, I killed myself for you. Sort of. Just kind of killed yourself, really. Ah, yeah. Take that Scorpion G down. He's got a better gun, but no armor. And then you'll see taking the slow bus. Whew. La la la. La 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 la. At least I got a shot in there, but it's only because he exposed himself. Yeah, I'm finding it really hard to get the legendary damage with this tank. Yeah. I think I've done it once or twice. It's very hard to just get the damage put out there. Okay, Noob Bay. Off we go with the noobs. I always prefer to go down to the B and C cap area. Just not super comfortable with the bridge over there. I think there's just too many spots for people to shoot through, and especially with a very large tank like this. You have flat sides. People can lace shots in through the the structure of the bridge and hit me. Here I am whining about Dynasty Pearl because I think it's the worst map in the game. So this is a bit of a hold down spot right here that can be used. I can retreat to that spot, but I like to generally get into the park and line up shots. And even with the slow tiger, you can get in there. But often, if the lights and mediums on the reds had pressed in, there's no way I could get there in time. I would have used that depression where I could hold down. Two morons, I say, because yeah, when you two guys want to go on take 7 tanks, we already know the outcome. Boom. HE for the Scorp. See if I can get another round in here. At least the reload's decent on this. I actually used to run calibrated shells for the extra pen, but I decided to just go with a rammer in order to increase the reload speed on this, because it pens quite well. So I switched that up. I think after these games that I recorded, I'm now using rammer instead. I don't know what happened to that shot. I'm trying for those spaces on the head of the T-26. So shoot around the spaced armor, either above or below it. Onto the roof is good. And I have this nice ridge here for hull down, but our team is just bleeding. And as you can see, when I traverse this street, I expose my full sides. It's always just so tough with this slow, big tank. Typical low-velocity American gun. Can still dump the hurt on the Scorpion. Duff the shot, do a little wiggle in case he's shooting at me, which he is not. And you always want to be aware of your surroundings, not get surrounded. Let's go help our buddy here. This guy's behind the building. I thought he was in the park. I thought we had 2 in the park, which is not the case. And I don't want to push too far into the park because of my tall, flat tank. I don't want the T-49 shooting me. So he's pushing up here, so I might as well get the shot. Take that hit for the IS-2 and get that kill shot. Predator, track him. Help, support. Alright, do it myself. Push on the smasher. He's gonna take a bit to reload. So he's just gonna derp HE. But you see, rear, sides, always bad news. Me praising the team, offering some helpful criticism for next time. And yes, I've heard people say that you can get swarmed in any TD, but when you don't have a turret, like the Borsig can at least face the gun towards people. This one cannot. And again, you can tell by play style, oftentimes people are playing way above their league, where they should be really at lower tiers they can learn and help. So let's see what Lava is doing. Bringing out the salt shaker.
Saudi salute to you, my brothers and sisters.
Look, some guy take the base. Yeah, that makes tons of sense. But at least we get the win. But indeed, I have to kill over half the enemies. I don't know if it's just me, honestly. Again, not a legendary damage, which is uncommon. Just can't get it up there. Top gun, all that stuff, but I'm just not able to put out the damage scores I normally do. Hey, let's give it a try now. Toes platoon. So heading out with a clan mate. I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce his name. The Esperanza or whatever. But we're on Hellas. I'm hearing even from him, he doesn't like this map. And we're going to go get his first win on this map out of 10 games, or I think this is the 11th. I actually really like this map, and I tend to not go to this side. I find this side to leave you really overexposed to snipers and people shooting your sides. There are so many gaps and little holes, and I've yet to figure this map out. And I just have a real hard time on this side. Yeah, lost 10 games, he says. That's pretty rough. But I'm gonna go with the safety in numbers and stay with the team. But I like going to the C-cap area. There's great hull down, ridge lines, all kinds of good stuff. So I'm gonna hull down it here, but I have to take some shots just to get into position with this big fat ass.
But I'm gonna tell you something real. Go downtown and bite that butt. Give it to you fast and make
So work it here a bit, APCR. They can't see my lower plate. Yeah, it's because it's Russian bias, dude. Trying to get that hatch. So here again, I'm at the commentator's quandary. Do I just babble on and on? There's not much to say. Teammate Esperanza gets the kill. And I'll match him with one on the Scorpion. Always good to get that tank out of the way. I still haven't bought that because it's always just too expensive. Can't justify it. These guys are all going low ground. If I were in a faster tank, man, I could just wreck them all. I still have to play it very cautiously. Yeah, snuck that one in. Tried to get the drive wheel. No dice there. I think he accidentally hit attack the base. And now lower plate is exposed. Trouble. Using him to work off of. Trying to get set up on this rock here. Just presenting tough angles. Getting those bounces. Ugh. He's a one-shot, got another one-shot to my right. We're matched up at 3. Players left each side. I like this. Boom. Uh-oh. Gets himself stuck. I know I gotta help cover him here. Maybe I should have rammed him, but I was just afraid of them pushing him. Tortoise going for the crushing smash kill. No dice. Lower plate exposed, excuse me. Take a big hit. Just can't get the angle. That's not gonna work. Hoping to shoot that rear wheel, but just getting track damage. Oh, big lower plate exposed. C'est la vie. That sucks. I really wanted to get some HE in there.
That was a good one, yeah.
But Asper Samil can feel it, he can taste it.
Right now, I just wanna win, keep winning all the time.
Yes.
Right now is my prime.
Cool, nice carry. So, he gets 5 kills. And he and I together kind of carry the noob. Still second class. And still under 3k damage. I just find it real tough to get more than that in this machine. Alright, maybe it's just me. Again, look at the links below to see people who can actually command this tank destroyer well. I'm going to move into my rant. Now, this map, this is where I got circled by that T92E1. Just watch the mini-map we're zooming in on. I call again and again for people to go caves like you would expect. Or not caves, sorry, but the dunes. And finally, this one heavy comes with me, but look, we have instantly the light tank calling for help. Medium's going to rush in, and I'm trying to get shots, and I'm doing some work here. You can't see it on screen at the moment, but I'm shooting the mediums and people as they cross. But look at that, boom. Down goes the light, down goes the medium. I've sped this up to save us some time here. But, you know, what do you do in this case? Just idiot team, not just making the wrong decision about where to go. I mean, that's one thing. But also just not being capable, as we'll see when we look at these win rates and damage scores. So I'm just trying to farm. You do what I can. I mean, we're literally, 2 minutes in, the team's just evaporated. Now we're in, this guy, he's smart. Great missile shot. Well done, actually. But I'm surrounded. Just, slow it down to normal. This is from the beginning of the video. You might remember this. What am I going to do? I can't even traverse fast enough to get any tank, let alone a light. And I'm fucked. And here you have a nice Vickers from some OP clan who's allowed to play on public servers with it. Fantastic. No fun. But look at these damage scores. Look at these guys. 471 average damage. 610, 47%, 48%, 203 average damage of 216 games, already up at tier 8. Look at this guy. Look at this. Why are people allowed to do this? Here's a premium tank, 48.2. I just understand why they encourage this and sell this to basically ruin gameplay and frustrate other people. There should be restrictions about climbing up tiers too fast or what you can buy. Things should have some merit. Yeah, don't let people just buy into high tiers. There are more tier 8 premiums now than there are tech tree tanks. So obviously this is making money. We've got a 49%, 37% in a tier 8 with 329 average damage. No help to a team whatsoever. 39%. Tier 8, 506 damage. This doesn't help a team at all. Why not make it to some degree merit-based? Not just, hey, I'm hanging around and I'm doing 309 average damage per game, and I'm able to now be in tier 9 and just pollute and weigh down gameplay. It's about quality of gameplay. And your team has 3 of these morons, and more often, everyone's complaining about blowouts. It's like, wins are 6-0 or 7-0. It's because as soon as you have 3 morons on your team, each one of them about 15% of your firepower, you can't afford to lose 30 to 45% of your firepower. It's just crazy. So that's mismanagement, but I really want to show the worst that I've encountered. This individual player, Yumeku901, he's a clan lead. I'll underline that several times. And this shows the negligence under Wargaming's management. When you have noobs who can storm into high tiers, people who can intentionally sabotage games like this clown, who's been reported 3 times, I get nothing back but a form response, and he's still active in the game. Come on now. Talk about mismanagement. Oh, we have military honor if somebody says a naughty word or makes me feel like I want to cry, but when someone like this, a clan lead, who has 10,000 games under his belt, comes in at tier 10, sits in his mouse, makes jokes, taunts teams, types ZZZZZ like he's sleeping, and just, what is this? Why is this guy here? It's like 2 to 3 reports, boom, done, banned, out, account gone. Clan leader, he's building up a clan of these morons where they can all do this stuff. Still active. Absolutely unbelievable. Even the red team, stupid camper, this guy writes. Because this just ruins gameplay. Okay, he's finally dead. Now he can really, I guess, focus on taunting the team. I am so exasperated with Wargaming's mismanagement of this property. I understand making money, but this is not the only way to make money. It's just not. I'm tired of the apologists saying, oh, they need to make money. Yes, they do. But that doesn't mean like, hey, anything goes in order to make money. And if they destroy this property, it's on their own heads. How do you have a guy like this first time on this map with 10,000 games who just parks and taunts? Look at this. Thanks a lot, dude. Clan lead again. Okay, so here's his clan of potatoes. Here he is again on a different run-in I've had, wherein he just insults and taunts and does nothing. And speeding this up to save some time, but even my platoon partner, you may remember him from him wasting me when I was in the ARL 44. We eventually, you know, we try to get everybody on both teams to report this guy. So let's just move along here. Mouse AFK, says somebody. Yes, indeed. Mouse AFK, he types. I've cut out some of the time. Look, AFK. He just sits there. 3 times. Wargaming does nothing. Replays, screenshots. You can see him taking the screenshot. Him typing mouse's AFK report. We try to get everybody, 13 players, to report this guy in this game and in others. Yeah, I mean, so what are you supposed to do? Military honor, so people have chat bans for a little while, but noobs in high tiers is okay. People with 39% at tier 8 premium tanks is okay. That's quality gaming. That's preferable. A guy being able to do this, just, you know, try to ruin gameplay. This is supposed to be quality, right? Zzz, yeah. Cute, funny, same old tired shit. Why would anyone even want to do this? I don't know. But here we are again, trying to get people to report the guy. And I'm sorry if this is a bit long-winded in showing all of this, but I'm documenting it, having some evidence available of really his terrible behavior and their Wargaming's absolute negligence for caring for the game and caring about players who have a long-term investment. I've been here 5 years, and I think the game is at an all-time low in terms of Wargaming just being completely off the path. You know, firing the entire U.S. staff, no direct U.S. support. Here he is, potatoing, and the ridiculousness of putting people, players, customers in charge of both the forum as moderators and moderating Discord. That is just like marketing 101 dumb, to not have a favored class of player. You just don't do that. For a number of reasons I won't go into here, but it's really just poor psychology to have a favored class. And the fact that they don't step up to either address the favored class or even people like this guy, and he's not unique in any way, really just, man, I can understand why people I get super frustrated. I'm pissed off now, and I've tried to re-narrate this 3 or 4 times. I just get really angry because the property is fun, has a lot of value, brings value and happiness to people's lives, but when you have this kind of thing, I don't know how many people reported him, because in 3 games I've asked everybody to report him, so let's just say only from 1 game, 13 other people reported him, maybe out of the 3. Who knows? 3 games? How many times he's done this? Yeah. Hey, however you get your giggles, dude, but this guy should be gone. He's still active. I've reported him, screenshots, everything. Implored people to do it. Ask Wargaming. I get a form letter back. Appropriate action may or may not have occurred. I mean, come on. Here it all is. Here it all is. 10,000 games. 41% player. Doing nothing. Up to 12 times per day on average? Come on. Give me a break. This is a clan lead. Now, this also speaks to the fact that now you can't contact people if they don't have it turned on for their friends. So, I used to be able to report people to clan lead and say, hey man, you got a guy on your team who's really doing dumb stuff. Now in this case, he happens to be the clan lead, right? So it wouldn't make any difference. But I used to be able to talk to clan leads and they would do things and say, okay, let's investigate. And I could send them, you know, the information as well. But now you can't contact anybody. It's just, hey, the game may or may not suck, and you as the players who have built up this property with us, you can't do anything and screw you. So Wargaming, you got to rethink how you do things. Anyway. You guys know the drill. Please send in your lame plays to meet_locker@altered.audio, or you can get me on Discord with the information below. Discord is also meetlocker or meet_locker #9911. And as always, remember kids, keep it salty, Pendejos.